Welcome to the podcast. My name is Michelle Sinclair. I am a divine healer, meaning I help people to heal physically, emotionally, all the kinds of things by discovering divine alignment and truth. Talking today about consciousness. So this is from the Christ Letters, if you have the book, 264. Where there is life, there's consciousness. Where there's consciousness, there is life. Everything in existence is defined by the vibrational frequencies of consciousness. Light, sound, color, all physical phenomena, both living and inanimate. If you can change the frequencies of vibration of any single thing, you can change the appearance of that thing, be it sound, color, gas, liquid, physical organs. When physical organs present an appearance of ill health, it's because the normal frequencies of vibration of that physical organ have been reduced and the life within that organ has been depleted. Science presents the universe as being matter, possessing consciousness, but the truth is the universe is consciousness, which has taken on the appearance of matter as a result of a descent into the lower frequencies of vibration of consciousness. This is the true reality of existence and nothing else. Your existence is all a matter of frequency, of vibrations. The higher the spiritual perceptions and the adherence to spiritual thought, the more swift are the personal vibrational frequencies in the body. The vitality is raised, and illness eventually disappears. A soul must learn, through trial and error, that the state of consciousness which makes it immensely happy or burdened with grief and sorrow, which initiates physical various limitations, the soul must learn through this earthly experience, through means of its sheath and psyche, all that the lower frequencies have to offer, and grow as a result of the mental, emotional events and experiences arising out of their thoughts and feelings. Let me break this down for you. We are physical matter that has been assembled accordingly based on our consciousness and the beliefs within our consciousness. If you have a psyche, if your mind is burdened with grief and sorrow, it will initiate various physical limitations within you. So if there are any physical limitations within you, it is because your mind, your psyche, is burdened with grief and sorrow, or anger, frustration, any of these lower vibrational frequencies. Therefore, to heal the physical body, all one must do is remove, heal, see in a different perspective, view in a new way the thoughts surrounding the grief and the sorrow or the anger or the resentment or the jealousy or whatever that low frequency happens to be. It is serving a purpose. And so when we get these illnesses or these things within our body, it makes us stop. It gives us time to say, hey, dude, you got something going on here. So, you'll know some people get sick a lot, right? They get sick all the time. Every time you talk to them, they're like, oh, I got something. Oh, I'm sick. What this is, you are witness to their thinking. So they are believing things possibly about themselves, possibly about other people, that are not the truth, even though they appear to be the truth, and they are the truth to that person because of the way that they're viewing it. And so when people get sick often, this is a sign. This is your body telling you, hey, you got work to do, man. Hey, something's not going on right here. You need to view something differently. Because your thoughts carry a very specific vibration, meaning a very specific frequency. Have you guys seen those plates a vibration plate, and they will put, sand or salt or whatever on this plate, and then they'll put a tone into it, a frequency, a vibration. this many hertz. And by doing that, it creates this amazing geometric pattern, and then they shift that sound a little bit, and it creates something completely different, a totally different shape. And then they switch it again, and it creates a totally different shape. This is what your thoughts are doing. This is what's happening when you have these thoughts. These things that you see as witness on these vibration plates resonate with thoughts that you have in your head. And so it goes out into the space that's all around you. It's called space because it's just the nothingness, but it's not nothing. What it is, it's divine equilibrium. So it is, how do I explain this? It is divine, perfect equilibrium. So just hold up your hands, left hand, right hand, and you're going to make a circle. So you make this circle with your hands. So thumbs together, fingers together. Now open up your left hand. So on this left side, this is the masculine energy. So I want you to think about perfect fatherly love. Perfect fatherly love. A fatherly love so beautiful that it wanted such beautiful things for you that it created the entire universe just for you. And then close your hand back up. Now I want you to pull open the right hand side. Now this right hand side is the female, the feminine side. And so this is the care, this is the love, this is the that perfect, beautiful motherly love. And then put your hands back together. Now in the middle here is what you then take your thoughts and you send them into the middle of this, and they create that very specific vibration, and you can fill it with anything that you want. So you could take a thought of love, and you could imagine putting that thought of love in your hands there in the middle. Oh, and even as you think about that, as you do that, it feels nice, right? It feels uplifted, it feels really good. Okay, or you could take a thought and you could think about hate or somebody that you're really pissed at, and you could put that in there. Feel what that feels like. Either way, you have created in that moment with your thought, and you can feel the frequency, you can feel the vibration, the shift that happened when you went from the love to the hate, right? You could feel that. You could feel the depletion of energy in your body when you switched it from the love to the hate. This is what I mean by frequency. This is what I mean by vibration. And so think about a loving vibration. Just think about, when you think about love, what that vibration must look like. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful thing. And so if you send this love out and it's filling up all this space all around you, what is that going to bring to you? Beautiful, wonderful, amazing, good things that are exciting to receive. Now, imagine that you filled them all up with hate. I don't even want to speak it. I don't even want to say it, because what does that feel like when that comes back to you? It's freaking terrible, man. It's terrible. But even in this, if this has been the case, there will be so much learning that is in it, because you're going to realize, like, man, you're right. You know, I put out this hate, and the next thing I knew, somebody's picking a fight with me. Why did this happen? Because you created it. Your consciousness attracts the like. So when you're putting out hate, then what is happening is you're filling up all of this empty space around you. You're imbuing it with that frequency of hate. And so what's going to happen is you've put it out there through electromagnetism, through cause and effect. It comes back to you. So you've put this out. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, look at that ugly thing over there. Oh, who would do that? What a stupid thing. And you're putting all this out, and the universe is like, okay. And it receives those vibrations, and then it brings them back to you. And so then you're like, oh, look, there's more things to hate. Look at that ugly thing over there. What a stupid thing this is. And it just keeps giving you more and more and more. And because you're focusing on it, because you're giving it your energy and your time and your attention and all the things, you're just getting more and more and more and more and more. And then you think, why does these things keep happening to me? Well, it keeps happening because you keep giving it attention, because you keep paying attention to it, because you keep believing in it. And you believe in it because you created it before. But you know that you created it so you can stop believing in it, and you can see it for what it is, which is your belief being made manifest. Therefore, you don't got to give it your time and your energy, because it's just a belief that you're witness to. So change that underlying belief, and then you're going to change the outcome. So I can't hate you. I can't yell and scream at you and be super mean to you and then expect that in return you're just going to love me and follow me around, right? That would make no sense. that I could be so awful to you, and I would keep expecting you to be just so good to me. Right? That doesn't make any sense. Not how it works. This is exactly the same thing, that what you are putting out, you expect to get something different back. How is that possible? I'm telling you, it's not. The law of the universe tells you it is not possible. That what you are putting out, you will receive it back. Therefore, you need to be very conscious of the thoughts that you have and what it is that you allow your mind to indulge in, because your mind is your free will. We were all given free will, and it's your mind, right? You can think this thought, you can think that thought, you have free will. And now you might say, well, it's really hard to control my thoughts. Well, yes, we are going to become spiritual masters here, and this is the mastery, is mastering your free will, which is your thoughts. Because once you can master this and you can harness it, and you can stop putting out the low frequencies and you can start putting out only the high frequencies, well, then those high things are going to come back to you. Because you're putting them out there, you're filling up all this space with these high frequency thoughts, and there is absolutely no option but for that to be presented to you, because it's what you put out. Now, some people will believe, well, only the bad comes to me, and this is a belief, right? Or they'll say, oh, I do these good things, I do so many good things for other people, and it never comes back to me. That is a belief, and your beliefs will be made manifest. So when you believe that, it's going to be made manifest. Here's the story. So this dude's walking down the street, and he sees this homeless guy, and the homeless guy's like, oh, I'm freezing cold. And he's like, oh, I got my jacket here, you take my jacket. And he gives him the jacket, and he walks away, and then he realizes, oh, well, it's freezing out. Now I don't have a jacket. How stupid that was for me to give that to him. Now I'm cold. I'm going to get home. My wife's going to be pissed that I gave my jacket to somebody. And he goes into a, regret. I just did good, but I don't believe that because I did good, that good is going to be returned to me. And therefore it is not. It matters how you give. So let's say same man, he gives. He sees this homeless man on the street, and the dude's like, oh, I'm freezing. He's like, oh, here, take my jacket. And then he goes away and he walks down the street rejoicing, saying, what a wonderful thing. First of all, I had a jacket to give this man, and very soon the divine is going to return to me a jacket. Do you see how different that is? And the only thing that changed in this was the underlying belief of, I believe because I gave this, the divine is going to give to me, or I believe because I gave this, what a stupid and horrible thing that I have done. Either way, the belief will be made manifest in your life. So you get to choose which one you believe in. This is what I'm talking about, your beliefs that underlie everything. So let's say that you've been given your whole life. You've been giving, you give to people, and you don't seem to ever get anything in return. Examine your mind, examine your beliefs, because there will be a belief in there that I'm only meant to give, I'm not meant to receive, or there will be, I don't even know, because it's your mind. But if you go into a meditative state and you take yourself there and you ask yourself, where is this coming from? What is this about? There might be 70 things that are all attached, these beliefs that you have that are preventing the goodness that you're putting out to be returned to you. Because you're holding a belief that is blocking the flow of the divine love that is constantly pouring down on you every single second. It's never not. It is only us that put up the barrier to that love. And we do this through our mind, through our free will, through our beliefs. By holding frequencies that are low, that are so low vibrational, that are not the truth, that are not the divine truth, and by holding these within ourselves, we put them out all around us. And then those things are presented to us rather than the truth, which is divine love. If you would only but believe and put all of your faith in the love, and if you would remove any belief in evil from your mind, you will be witness to your belief. It is the law of the faith in good and evil. What you believe in, you will get. This is why some people, they just believe that they're lucky. And because they believe that they're lucky, they're lucky. And some people believe, oh, I'm not lucky. And because they believe that they're not lucky, they're not lucky. It doesn't matter what you believe. It will become true in your life, but it does not mean that it's the truth. Because the truth is that all we are witness to in our life, is our beliefs being presented to us, and these beliefs that are presented to us come from our mind, and our mind has sent these things out through the thoughts, the words, the action. Pay attention to how many times that you think something negative throughout a day, something towards the evil side, something that is not in pure alignment with the love. Just take note of it. How many times throughout a day do you have something come in that's like, oh, that's stupid, oh, I don't like that, why did I do that, this thing? Well, how many times? Every single time that comes up, you're blocking. You've tightened yourself up, right? You have not softened and allowed the beautiful truth to flow into you. You've tightened up and you're like, oh, I'm not good enough here. What's going on? You've tightened yourself up, and because you've tightened yourself up, the Father also is tightened up and cannot flow to you. Because you're pushing, you're resisting. The energy that you have is pushing away. It's not open. It's not receiving the love and the goodness. So how can you change this? If this is you and you're stuck in a low frequency that you know that you're doing it, you know that you're resentful or you're angry or you just can't get over this one thing, and you know you're doing this and you're like, why do I keep doing this? I just want to be able to stop doing this, but you just can't seem to stop doing it. Then you need to ask the divine love for help. You just say, divine love, help me. I need you. I'm begging of you. I'm begging of you. And when you do this, when you truly pour your heart out to the divine, like you're begging somebody for something, when you beg and you do this and just pour out yourself and like, divine, I need help with this. I don't know what to do. I need you to help me. And you are just in all honesty and vulnerability, and you put yourself out there and you ask the divine for help. And as you do this, just keep doing this until you get a moment, until you get a feeling, until you just think, okay, I know I'm being heard, and I am excited because I cannot wait for the divine to deliver this solution to me. And then when you just sit there and you're just sitting in that excitement of waiting for the divine to give you a solution, it will shortly come to you. So in the Bible, there's a misquote. They put in there, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. Well, faith isn't the size. You either have it or you don't. You either have it or you don't. It's not a size. But if you have doubt the size of a mustard seed, then you do not have faith. This is what it's talking about. I can't say, oh, I know that the divine just loves to heal people and loves to do all these wonderful things, but if I have an inkling, if I have 1%, if I have a 0.001% chance of doubt, it will not happen, because I now have then doubt and I do not have faith. So if you need to strengthen your faith, if you need to strengthen it, you can do this. Take time, meditation, reading the Christ letters, devote yourself to your spiritual practice. When people are like, hey, let's go do this, let's do that thing. No, do you know what, dude? I feel like I got to stay home and meditate. I need to do some work on myself. I need to stay healthy. I need to stay good. And when you start to take that time and do these things for yourself, then things shift. But it is the same as, you expect to, get all jacked when you go to the gym. Well, buying a gym membership isn't going to get you jacked, right? You have to go every day. You have to commit to this. And let's say that you decide you're going to take weeks off or months off. Well, it's going to change your body, right? It's going to not have the result of what you wanted because you're not putting in the work. And so we can't put the work into something and expect to get something different out of it. So I can't, just avoid going to the gym and expect that, it's going to be like I'm going to the gym. It's not that way. I can't put out something negative and hateful and expect to get love back. That's not how it works. What we put out, we get back. And so when you can put out the goodness and only the goodness, and it takes time, right? You've got free will and it's your mind, and it is a conscious choice that you are making. And so how do you do this? When you first start doing this, it's the little things. So just decide, okay, maybe you hang out with people that gossip or that talk about people or something like this. Maybe this is the first thing you want to work on, just for an example. Okay, so then what happens? When these conversations come up, do not participate. Don't add to it. There's the group mentality of wanting to say something, wanting to fit in, wanting to whatever. Defend that person. Make it awkward. Make it weird for people. Like, huh? Oh, you don't like bad talking people? And you don't got to call them out. You don't got to say anything. Hold your light. Because when you have a conversation, people are sitting there and they're bashing and you're not participating, people will make note of that. And they're going to be drawn to you. Why? They're going to trust you more. They're going to be like, oh, you know what? I could probably trust that person, because anyone that's sitting around that circle talking about people, they're talking about everybody. Everybody. And so then people are going to trust you when they see that you don't participate in gossip, that you don't. They're going to be like, ooh, I like this person. This person doesn't participate. They're going to trust you more. You're going to be able to hold your light. So what happens then? Make that be your thing until you've mastered it. And how do you know you've mastered it? Because you stop thinking those thoughts. You know, if you're the type of person that walks by somebody and looks at someone and judges them on their outer appearance, you got work to do. Heal it. Because if you are not looking at people and seeing the soul that they are and seeing that we're all one, then you've got work to do. So start doing these little things. It's easy to do. Pick the one thing. Maybe you're really resentful towards somebody, and that's your big thing. Everybody's got their different big thing, right? Maybe it's an addiction. Maybe it's a this. Maybe it's that. I don't freaking know. But whatever it is, take the thing that you're like, oh, I need to heal this thing, and just do baby steps. Do one at a time. Okay, I'm going to heal this thing. And then once you've mastered that thing, which is just using your mind power, it's using your mind control. And I'm not saying to ignore anything. Don't ignore things. You may need to ignore some things because they'll be presented to you from things that you created in the past. But when something comes up, let's say that you have a thought in your head and you're like, ooh, why am I thinking these things? Just take note of it. The fact that you're thinking, why am I thinking these things, is showing that you're making progress, because you didn't used to do that. And it's those little things. If I had this thought, oh, and now I stop myself, that your brain's like, oh, oof, adjustment. Oh, we don't like this. We don't like this. We always correct it when we do it. And so pretty soon it'll stop doing it, and then you'll just be in the correct way. And you will have mastered that thing. Then move on to the next. What's the next thing? Okay, well, I healed that thing. Now I feel like I need to heal this thing. Okay, then do that thing. Do it. It's just the baby steps, and it's doing the one thing at a time. Because that's all that you need to do. Is the baby steps, is the one thing at a time. And while you're doing it, know that you're doing this for the love. You're doing this for the love of yourself. You're doing this for your growth. You're doing this for the love of the planet, because as you evolve, as I evolve, as we all evolve together. This is the 100th monkey experiment. This is the 100th monkey playing out in the whole world. That as our consciousness evolves, which it is. And something happened the other day. So they've been testing the frequencies here on the planet, and February 8th, there's this high resonance of people expanding their consciousness like massively compared to what it normally was. And I know exactly why this has happened. This has to do with the team that I am working with and the discoveries that have been created and the shifts that we have been creating in consciousness, and everybody's going along with it. And it has to do with AI as well. But these shifts that are happening, this is on a world, global, planet scale. We are on the uptick. It's happening, and it's happening so quickly, so rapidly. And so people will not be able to help but be swept up in it. So the understanding that they didn't have, they're going to gain it, and it's bam, going to come like that. And as it comes like that, deep healing is going to happen, right? Because when I heal myself, when I'm healed, I'm not going to continue to harm. And so as everyone in the world heals themselves, they're not going to continue to harm. We're going to be living as we were meant to, which is in a loving way. This world has more than enough food. This world has more than enough of everything. And when people realize, oh, hey, we're one, and when this person is hungry, I might as well be hungry too. And when we can help, and when we can provide for the people who need, and we can do this in the most loving way, not in a resentful way, not in anything, but we're all one, we're all here, we're all working together, then we end up with world peace. And it changes everything. It changes the actual planet, because our planet, can only resonate. It doesn't got the choice. It can only resonate with the consciousness that is present. And there's been so much destruction in people's thinking, and it is playing out on our earthly plane. And so when this shifts, that shifts too. All of these things are necessary and needed to show us our consciousness. Our consciousness needs to be presented to us, and it needs to show us, hey, your life that you're living, it's because this is what you've been thinking. This is the frequency. This is the vibration that you've been holding within yourself. This is the energetic imprint. This is the energetic print that you've sent out, and it's now being returned to you. This needs to be seen by all people so that they can recognize the patterns and they can say, hey, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I talked about that and that appeared. I did that to that person and now I had to suffer through this and this thing happened and now this happened. And when people truly realize that the law of cause and effect, karma, is real, electromagnetism is real and applies to humans, not just other electrical things, then the people will see, dang, wow, you're right. I can't be mad at this person because I actually did this thing that would have made them feel this way. And when we can understand how it truly works, karma from previous incarnations, and all of these things, and that the pains that we experience in our life are just only meant to push us forward. They're only meant to make us grow. That's it. That's all that they're meant for. To make us grow, to push us forward. That's what they're made for. And when we can see that, then we're going to appreciate those things. And then rather when those specific pain points come up, we won't view them as that. We will view them as, oh, what a beautiful, blessed thing. Oh, I'm so wonderful. I'm so glad that this has happened because I know that there's going to be so much good that comes from it. Because when you look back on your life and you heal all of these things and you've healed all the things, you'll see that there was nothing bad. That all of it put you here right now in this moment, which is the best place that you could possibly be at. And if it's not for you, it will be once you do the work. And you will see that every little thing, every little facet of your life that happened, that played out, was meant to be that way, to make you who you are now. And so you will view it in a new light. You will appreciate it for the gift, the beautiful gift that it is. But until you see that it is a beautiful gift, oh, you might hate it and you might be resentful and you might, want revenge or whatever it happens to be. You might want that. Until you see, no, this is a gift. Because often we'll go through things, like let's say we break up with somebody breaks up with us, and oh, it's the end of the world, what a terrible thing. And then later down the line, you meet somebody else and you're like, oh, this is why. Had I been with that person, I wouldn't be with this person, and it all makes sense. And if you could go back, you'd be like, man, I could have saved myself a couple years of grief and hard time had I just realized and had I just believed that that ended because something better is coming for me. But if we get stuck in a belief system of whatever it happened to be about that, and we stay in those low frequencies for such a long time, well, our life is going to feel like hell for a couple years or however long it is. And that is totally preventable. The divine always provides. So let's say that there is an ending and you didn't want this ending. It's not what you wanted. The divine orchestrated this for your benefit. How much have you grown because of that particular thing? Look at it, examine it. What have you had to overcome? How much stronger are you now? What has happened because of that thing that you didn't want, that you didn't like, but it was for you? It was a gift for you. And so when you can view that same thing that you used to view in this negative light, and you can view it as, oh, it is a gift. Wow. Wow, that's right. What a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing that was. Had that not happened, this wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have met this person. This thing wouldn't have happened. All these things wouldn't have played out as they were. I wouldn't be in the place where I'm at. What a wonderful gift that is. Feel the vibration of that and how that shifts. And so when you can know that, because you can see it, years out, like, okay, that was a gift. Yeah, that was two. When you know that and you really know that, then when something happens, you don't have to suffer. You don't have to suffer at all. You can think, thanks, divine. This ending was not anticipated, was not what I was hoping for, but obviously because it happened, you have something so much better, and I'm really excited to see what that is. Thank you. And then you're not suffering. You're using your free will to benefit yourself. And the only change is the belief that this happened for me. So everything that has happened in your life, it has happened for you. So when you can really truly believe that, and you can witness it, and you can see, like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that did happen for me. So did that happen for me? Then you can apply it to the right now And you can know that whatever's happening right now is happening for you. And then you no longer have to suffer. And then you can see the suffering of others, and you can just be that light. You don't even got to say nothing. You can just be there and you can hold the light. Because here's one thing about compassion. Let's say somebody has suffered and you're like, oh my goodness, oh what a terrible thing that has happened. I have then had to lower my frequency, my vibration, right? To get to that person's level of suffering. How am I helping them? By giving them what they're giving out. I'm not. I would be helping them by maintaining my love and my light and staying in that state and hoping that person will lift their energy up to meet mine rather than stay down low in the suffering. So by lowering myself and saying, oh, what a terrible thing, I don't even believe that. There's nothing that's a terrible thing. Yes, there's things that are grievous and that really suck, But on the other side of it, is the knowledge of the why. Oh, I understand. Yes, I get it. And some things that they don't make sense to us. And they take years and years and years and years and years and years to say, like, how could that ever be a good thing? How could that ever be a good thing? And the longer that you're saying that, the more you're perpetuating that vibration. But when you believe, this is not what I wanted, this is not what I expected, this is not whatever, but I believe that this is for the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It'll shift things for you rapidly. You won't have to suffer through months and years of grief and suffering. It will be but temporary. And that changes things. Your beliefs matter. The beliefs, they matter so much. So believe things that are beneficial to you. And as you master your mind through mastering your beliefs, then your life will visibly change. The visible matter that's in your life, like your life will actually change. You'll have a different house, you'll have a different thing, all of it will actually change because you are at a different frequency, and that frequency will assemble into visible matter, and that will be what you have. Thank you guys for tuning in here today. Love you all so much. Please like, share, subscribe, maybe share this with a friend. That would be super great and awesome. Love you guys so much. Love doing these for you. I'm excited to share the exciting things that I have coming up, but I'm not going to do that quite yet, so I will shortly. Anyways, I love you guys. Take care. Thanks for being here. You guys are all awesome, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.